Hi everyone, in this video you're going to learn how to find the domain and range of a function given the formula of it. So we have already learned in our previous lecture how to find an output value of a function given a formula, which is an equation. So now we are given a function with the equation, which is a formula. The domain is the set of real numbers of input values of x in which fx will give output values. So first, we will think of a set of real numbers consisting of both non-negative and negative real numbers. So what does it mean by non-negative real numbers? Non-negative means more than or equals to 0. And negative real numbers means less than 0. So first, we will start with the lowest real number, which is a x minimum, for which fx will give a defined output value. So if it's less than this, there will be no defined output value, and if it's more than this value, there will still be defined. So this will be the minimum input value, and then after this we can find the highest real number, x max, for which the same function will also give a defined output value. If it's less than this but more than this, there will be an output value. If it's more than this, there's no output value, so which means that x min has to be less than or equals to your any input value less than or equals to x max. And the domain of x can be written in the interval in this form, x min x max with this bracket. It can also be written in this bracket if it does not take into account this value. So this is the value, so x min x max. This is when it does not include this value and also this or in any other form. So based on the domain that we obtain in step 3, we can substitute the input value of x from this range here, which as long as x is more than or equals, as long as x falls between the range of these values here, which is here around here, to get the output values. So the lowest output value will then be written as output min, whereas the highest output value will be written as output max. The range can therefore be written as this. So let's do an example to understand more. Let me clear this first. Okay, I'm almost done. So let's start. Let's say we are given this function f x equals to x minus 4 square minus 5. So step 1, this will be our function. So now we are supposed to find what's the domain of this. So now for here, let's find the smallest integer first. Let's start with the negative first. So let's say if for here, no matter any negative values here, this one will be valid and this will be valid, and also the same for any. So let's start for step 2 first. So for x less than 0, f x, when we sub in, let's say x equals to -1, so -1 -4, so it's -5, so 25 minus 5 20. And also for other negative values, you will notice that x will give an output value. And also for x more than or equals to 0, let's sub in x equals to 0, you'll get the output value here also, because 16 plus minus 5 equals to 11. And also for more than 0, let's say 5. So 5 minus 4 equals to 1. 1 square equals to 1. 1 minus 5 equals to -4. So no matter what values you put in, you can see that fx will also give an output value no matter what values you put in for this and this. Therefore, our domain, step 3, the domain can be written as so this one goes, let's say, so this one we can write as negative infinity. So remember that when you write negative infinity, it should be this. Okay, so negative infinity. And here, since it's more than 0, we can go for any real values more than 0. So we can write as this. So this is our domain. So now, step 3 is done to find the domain. Step 4, let's sub in the values in the domain to get the outcome. So for here, let's say we start from any value. Let's say we just start here. Let's make a rough value. So x equals to -4. So when x, since it's negative minus infinity to infinity, let's give some value. So when x equals to -4, so your fx equals to, so -4 equals to -8, and 8 square equals to 64. 64 minus 5 is 59, and x equals to -3. So from here we plug in, and fx will give me 44. Sorry about that. equals to minus 2, fx will give me 31. So again, x equals to 1 minus 1, fx will give me this value 20. Okay, when x equals to 0, this is my value of fx. So x equals to 1, fx equals to 4. Let's do this until we can find like a turning point. We are almost there, so just hang on. So all the way here. So as you can see, we start off from negative, let's say from minus 4 onwards to 0, in which is the negative side, you can see that the value of fx, the output value, decreases. But as it goes on, where if you notice a pattern here, you can see that for the non-negative side, which is in increasing order, you can see that it decreases to the point all the way. You can see here 11, 4, minus 1, minus 4, minus 5, until x equals to 4. And after x equals to 4, it increases onwards. As you can see, minus 5, minus 4, minus 1. At the next pattern, you can see it might be this and this, because as you can see, this is a quadratic equation. So it will be something like this, a graph. As you can see here, you can predict it will be something like this, because the values suddenly decrease and then suddenly increase. So from here, you can tell there's a minimum value here, and there's infinitely there is like the infinite maximum value here. So hence, step 5, this will be our, we identify this will be our minimum output value. There is no maximum output value, therefore we can write, therefore the range is therefore, sorry, since it includes this, so it's this bracket minus 5. But when you see an infinity, you have to use the normal bracket. So it's this infinity and this bracket. So what's the difference between this bracket and this? This one means it includes. So therefore you put minus 5, so it includes minus 5. And for this. So let's say if I were to use this bracket for minus 5, so that means it does not include minus 5. So we have found our range and domain. So this is our domain and range. So we have come to the end of this lesson. If you are not sure how to find the output value of a function, you can look through my previous video. If you have any comments, please feel free to drop me a comment and I'll reply to comment. I will reply to your comment. Thanks so much for watching and have a nice day.